I started in the hotel school at Cornell because my high school counselor back in 1950 said there was no future in science nor engineering. I'm Irwin Jacobs, founding chairman and CEO Emeritus of Qualcomm Corporation, former faculty member at MIT and UCSD, and for the last decade, chairman of the Salk Institute. The starting of the first company, when I came out, I really had no plans to go into business, but there were a lot of requests for consulting because of, in particular, the textbook that I had co-authored at MIT, and so there was much more consulting than I could handle by myself. Mentioned it to two friends up at UCLA on the faculty. They said, let's start a company. I said, okay, as long as I don't have to manage it. And that's how Linkabit started. But then it began to grow and decided to leave it and try a year to get it better organized. Found that was fun, and again, without having ever pre-planned it, ended up in business. And so you have to be open to a lot of these different possibilities. In business, again, the main thing is to find both very good people to work with and interesting projects that have a future but are not so obvious that you're going to have a lot of initial competition for that particular approach. And we managed to come up with a whole number of different ideas, some of which you end up betting the company. You know, a lot of these things happen. Same things at various times happen with Qualcomm. But if you have a feeling you've got the right idea, then sometimes it pays to persevere and keep pressing on with it. And again, I think that's very similar to scientists in the lab. You get a lot of failures, you get a lot of results that you didn't expect, and suddenly you see a bright flash. Maybe this might be the right approach, right answer, right direction, right measurements to be made. And so a lot of the times what is happening is unexpected. You just have to pursue the ideas. Well, I had a very fulfilling career at MIT, at UCSD, and then of course starting Linkabit and then starting Qualcomm. And during that period I was always working with very good people, working on interesting projects, and I always found it was equally exciting to continue to learn about new things. Salk has a great reputation, very good people, but I think what probably brought me in was a lunch I had there in about '03. And just that discussion, the ongoing discussion, the thoughts, where the science may go, where biology is going, a lot of interest in neuroscience, and also some connection back to the work in communication theory and information theory. All of the areas I find quite interesting, the neuroscience, because it does have some connection back to the information theory. And since it's such a still wide open area, so much yet to be learned, also involves some significant engineering inputs to be able to sense what is happening in the brain in various ways. So I find that particularly fascinating. I think clearly any of the investigations that lead to better understanding of how to treat various cancers, very critical. We've made large amounts of progress, still much more to go there. Personalization of treatments are quite fascinating. And so that aspect is great. I think just from an artistic point of view, seeing some of the work that's being done in biophotonics and being able to visualize things that really we had no access to just a few years ago, and begin to learn a lot more about how cells function, how the molecules within the cells, all kinds of things that are happening. So I can't say there's one specific area, they're all quite fascinating.